Yes.
Okay, thanks everyone for joining the meeting, and I hope everyone of you can see me. All right, so
Fine, thank you. Yeah.
yeah, I officially want to welcome every one of you to this orientation. My name is Velvet,
Yeah. Good morning.
and I work with the University of Benin Consultancy Unit. We are the ones responsible to ensure that every one of us is able to learn online. We have series of courses that we have put out for every one of us to actually partake in. All right, so application has been ongoing. The other time we usually have scholarship exams, but this particular session we didn't do a scholarship exam, but rather what we did is that we allowed everyone to apply to just join the course at a very um, minimal certification fee. All right, so every one of you can learn any of the tech courses that is available for you, and when you participate on the course, you can actually now get very certified by the university. So mails has been sent, and I'm sure every one of you that have applied received all our emails, and some little thing about the courses has also been shared amongst you guys or with you guys on how the course is going to be. So this orientation is going to be, I'm going to just talk for probably just like maybe 20-25 minutes, then we can now proceed to maybe ask our questions, and of course we would respond to those questions. So we have on our agenda of this particular program, but then before I go into the agenda, I'm going to talk about the different courses that we have. So currently we have about 5 courses. We have the one for data analysis. The data analysis is using Python, Anaconda Jupyter, Scikit-Lab, and all of that. We have for cybersecurity. It's an introduction course for cybersecurity. So you will learn everything you need to know about cybersecurity and the different kind of fields of cybersecurity that you may want to go into, right? Then we also have cloud computing. The cloud computing is also an introductory part of the course. But this time around, you would be learning about the AWS, which is the Amazon Web Service. You would be learning about the Google Cloud, and then you would also learn Microsoft Azure. So these are the 3 major cloud companies used around the world. So you will learn different course platforms in the cloud computing course. Then we also have a product UI UX design. Now the product UI UX design is comprising of both the UI UX and of course a little of product management. So you will be learning about the UI, how to do your design, your interfaces. You understand the people, you understand the user personas and every of those. And of course you will learn about the Jira management tool, where you would learn how to manage different kind of products, different kind of maybe you guys are working on the projects, you would know how to manage it with the Jira using the Atlas platform to do that, right? Then the last one is the 3D animation. Please, can you mute your mic, please? Great Ken, can you please mute your mic? So the for the 3D animation is going to be with the Blender. It's going to teach you everything about the 3D animation, creating of different animation adverts and every of that. So the course is all encompassing. Now all of these courses are going to last for 3 months, maximum 3 months. So you will be learning for 3 months, right? And while you're learning, at the end of every course, you're going to be having your certificate exams, and then after that, you will not be verified. You will not be certified on those your on the courses you've applied. So you are opportunity to enroll for any of them, even if you want to enroll for 2 or 3 of them, it is fine. All right, but if you're going to ask me, I'm going to advise that you learn one of them part time. Although it's going to be a self-paced course. When I mean a self-paced course, it means that you all would be added to the platform. Then when you are added to the platform, you will know how you get access to your courses when you go to my courses page, because every one of you, your account will be created and sent to you. Information will be sent to you on how to access the course by tomorrow, because the course starts on Monday morning. All right, so every one of you will get a mail on how to access the course by the end of tomorrow, or probably on Monday morning before the course starts. So the course is starting by 12 noon on Monday, right? So within the hours of 8 to 11:59, probably by tomorrow or by 11 from 8 to 11:59, you should have gotten a mail on how to access your course. Now, the course is a very simplified one. They are broken down into different modules. Now, these modules helps you to actually learn the course part time. It is a self-paced course, so it's more like the videos have been uploaded to those particular courses, right? So those videos have been uploaded to the courses. Now you are going to be learning each of those modules. Now when you're learning each of the modules, the videos are all there, so you can learn at your time. So if you're working, if you're a student, you can actually take your time, do your work, or you learn, or maybe go to school. Then when you're back, probably in the particular time you feel you want to now learn, if the system is open for you or to actually learn at your time. All right, so that is something that I know you guys are going to be enjoying for the course. So each module is going to last for 2 weeks. So for the data analysis, you have 5 modules. For the class computing, you have 6 modules. For the cybersecurity, you have 5 modules. For product design, you have about 11 modules, while for the 3D animation, you have 7 modules. Every of these modules are categorized to last for 3 months. All right. So for cybersecurity, we'll be dropping each of the module, which will last for every 2 weeks. So after the first module, for the 2 weeks, you will take a module exam. Then after that exam, you go to the next phase, just like that. So every 2 weeks, you're going to be having that session or the module exam after the end of every module, and also there would also be live sessions. Um, Noel Keji, can you please mute your mic? Thank you. So for I think it's up back. You can mute it again. So for after the end of every module, there will be a live session. All right. So that live session will be talking with your instructor. So for those of you that may be having challenge and you want to actually ask a question, although there would be a channel, is a community channel that we would add every one of us. Now those live channel that we will add over, it's a Slack channel actually. So that channel we will add every one of you there so that we can be having a live, a real time interaction. So in case you have any issues without waiting for the live session, you could be asking your questions on those different channels, and then you'll be getting instant response. But apart from that, the learning platform also have a discussion part where you can ask questions there, and instructors can also respond to your question. So even if you yourself as students, you can also respond to questions that you feel you have the answers to. All right, so this is going to be going on for anytime you're done with your question or your course. You may want to also reach out to some other of your colleagues to know how far they are doing, because we're trying to communicate, or we're trying to promote communication amongst you guys, collaboration, helping yourselves, and all of that. So that's the major essence why we are actually making sure that every one of you are added to that Slack channel, and then you can actually learn amongst yourself. All right, so the exam that you guys will be having, or that you'll be doing after, while you finish up each module, is going to be a computer based exam, right? So excuse me, so it's going to be a computer based exam. So it's just a normal 20 questions exam that you just take before you go to the next module. All right, so it's not something that is going to be very big, so it's something simple. Then at the end of the whole course, then you guys will now be added to take the main certificate exam. Now, in terms of the certification, so the certificate will be issued by the University of Benin through the consultancy units. All right, so you will get the certification after you are done completing the course. So you take the course, you do the project. There are three criteria. There are two major criteria before you would be issued your certificate. One, of course, is you would be given a project. Now that project you would be given, you have to complete the project in a particular time, and then after you're done completing the project, then you can now proceed. While the project is going on, the certificate exam would also go on. So you are doing your project personally, you are working by yourself on your own, but when it is time for certificate exam, every one of you will be added to that exam, and then you take your exam. So when you meet the cutoff or the required mark that will feel you are qualified to be called maybe a data analyst or a product designer or maybe a cloud computing analyst or whichever one, then you will now be issued certificates. Now the certificate will be sent to your email, so you're going to be getting a soft copy of your email of your certificate. We're not going to be sending you. It's not like it's not going to be hard copy like when we are sending to you generally. But that doesn't mean you can't get a hard copy. So if you want to get a hard copy of that certificate, you would write to the university. Either you go to the university, to the consultancy unit to get the hard copy of the certificate, or you request that they send it to you. But if they are requesting that they send it to you, you would be responsible to pay for the logistics to bring the certificate back to your location. All right, so that means you can also get the hard copy if you want. Then there are some specific course in here that are actually you can actually get internationally certified. All right, like the data analysis, the cloud computing, these two, you can actually get international certification, but that is outside the University of Benin's parts. So we already have a relationship with Certiport. Now Certiport is a platform that allows us to be able to get our students to participate in some international certifications. So if you want to get internationally recognized, not necessarily internationally recognized, but if you want to get more rich, so you can join the Certiport data analysis exam, whereby you're going to be taking that exam, and once you are done taking that exam, then of course you will not get that international certification. All right, but then that is outside the University of Benin scope. So that means you're going to be paying an extra cost for that, because those exams are actually paid exams. All right, but the beauty about our relationship with Certiport is that you're not going to be paying the same amount that you pay when you're going on your own. So ideally, you're supposed to be paying over $120 for that. But as such, when we had this relationship with the Certiport, you're required to pay just $30, except it has changed. So you would only be required to pay $30 for that particular exam. So all you just need when you're participating in that exam, when you apply to join that exam, we send your details and then probably the amount that would be required then, because you can't see you should pay the money now. All right, we don't know the equivalent of naira to dollars as a when they would request for it, and if there will be any change, because you have to finish through this whole course that you would be learning right now before you now apply for that international certification. And when you apply for that international certification, we're going to also assist you, send you guys some learning materials, guides for you guys to participate in that exam, because once you take that exam and you don't meet or you don't pass that exam, you will be required to revise that exam, and you have to pay again to take that exams, right? So we would also give you guys the guide for you guys to also learn before you even go down to take that exam. So right, so that's how it's going to be. But for some of the courses like that of product design, that of 3D animation, those are more of a skill course, so you don't necessarily need international certification. What you just need on this particular one is knowing how to build your portfolio. So we will also be teaching you how to build your portfolio so that you have series of designs for the project of a product design. I know you guys will be working a lot in terms of designing. You will have to work on 3 different projects. Now the project you're working on, product design, you will be reproducing a particular platform. So you'll be segmented into different categories. Like maybe you're learning, you want to do for fintech, you want to do for edtech, and different maybe e-commerce and all of that. So whenever you choose your department or your category, you will be given as an access. You will be given some series of platforms that you should go out, monitor them, reach out to, probably just look at them, and then will produce what you see. Then after that, you are going to do some little innovation around what you've seen there. That will be the second. Then the last one will be that you have to bring in your own idea into that particular project. So you would learn that. You would also learn how to create your own portfolio with different platforms. So it's when somebody asks you, okay, what have you done? Because for 3D animation, for product design, what they usually ask is what you've done. Let me see the jobs you've done. So you will show them what you've done. Your portfolio is already there. So you will create your portfolio right here on this particular course, right? So then that's how it's going to be. Then after that, you guys, that's how the project is going to be. So after your project, even while the certificate exam is ongoing, all right, you would also be during your projects, because we will give you some time. It's going to be a very engaging one for some of those practical courses like product design, 3D animation, data analysis. There are really going to be lots of practicals. That means you will be working, there will be different labs. You will be working and building things while you are learning. So we will make sure that we give you guys some time. So for those of the cybersecurity and that of cloud computing, you may finish on time before that the data analysis, and then of course the others you'll be finished before them. So for the cybersecurity and the cloud computing, they are more of introductory part of the course, but it teaches you extensively on what you need to know and how to manage your career in this particular space. So it is all encompassing, teaching you everything that has to do with cybersecurity expert or cloud computing expert, right? Then after that, once you're done with your project, of course, you would all send in your project. We'll be sending you guys link to drop your projects, and after you've dropped your project, we will be able to look into them, see how it is, and of course, once they meet up with our standard, and if there's any way we can also come in order to assist you or tell you how to get data or how to search for things, and or maybe get some good way of how to move to your project, would always come in. And once everything is fine and you're done getting or probably taking your certificate exam and you meet up a cutoff, then of course there will be maybe probably a demo day. Now that demo day would be where you will also defend your project. So with this particular one, we will be doing some little live session just like we're doing now, but this time around you would actually be the one talking while we would be listening. So both your instructor, both every other person that will be there, including the people we would invite, because we're looking at inviting some of the companies, the other companies that are looking out for interns, because from what I said to you guys on the agenda, there would also be an internship opportunity. So it's not going to be a compulsory opportunity. It's not going to be for everyone. It will just be for the few of you that each of these companies would want to have you to join their team. All right. So the internship has to do with you will take an exam. All right. When you take an exam, they will be the one to subject you to an exam, because you're coming to a company. For example, you want to come in as a data analyst intern. They wouldn't want to bring you into their team until they know who you are, right? So they will definitely have to they will definitely need to submit it to some personality tests. Once they do that, then you will now be once they are satisfied, then they will now bring you in. All right, so that's something that would happen. So after every of these things, we'll have our project demo day. All right, so once we have our project demo day, okay, then you would defend your project. After you defend your project, we will send this project to the different companies that needs them. And once we send it to them, they will be the ones to now request that okay, they need this set of persons. They will say, we'll forward your emails to them, and then they would contact you, or whichever way they want to use to reach out to you for you to join their team. All right, so that's something that we are actually going to do for you guys for the internship opportunities. There are some of you in the product design that would naturally just join the certified product design team. All right, and then you all would be working with them. All right, so that's something you would do. Then lastly, for each of these courses, like I said, it's supposed to be the University of Benin is actually making it easily accessible to you. I'm sure most of you will know the cost of learning each of these or some of these courses. So we looked at it and see as a university, we are not necessarily looking at the money. We're not looking at what you pay to the university. What we're looking at the academic excellence or the excellence that you get when you learn any of these courses. So that is why we're trying to make anybody to learn it, because even though you are not a student, even if you are a student or not, you can be able to learn these particular courses because they are short courses. They don't really necessarily need NUC accreditation or any of those university policy accreditation companies or bodies to verify before you come and learn those courses. They are skill IT courses that nobody has. Hey, this is my course. Like you're coming to learn engineering, for example. No, so anybody can learn this. So while we ask every one of you to apply, whether you're a student or not, we took away the learning fee, so the tuition fee off the course, and you'll be required to just pay 20,000 naira for the certification. But one thing we would be doing is that you are expected to pay before the course even starts. Alright, so you're expected to pay the 20,000 before the course starts. But what we're going to be doing, you guys will be having some little time on where you guys will actually make that payment. So we'll be giving you guys a 2 weeks time to make that payment. So before the course starts, you will have to we'll create courses, two different courses for these for this. So the way it's going to work is that while we create those two courses for each of these courses, like for let me just use data analysis for example. For data analysis, we would create two courses. Now, those two courses, we will add every one of it to one of them, and we will add up the module one to that for that one. So that one will be where we will add everybody. So every one of you can access the module one, even when you've not even made payment. So while you're making your payments and you send the verification that you've made payment, we will not take you to the other side of the course. Now that other course, that's why we will now add up the module 2 and the other modules as time goes on. So the way we are going to be doing the course, we are not going to add up all the modules per time, because we want to make sure everybody flows the same way. Even if it is self-paced, we know that the instructor will be meeting with you guys like every 2 weeks, and we wouldn't want somebody that is already in module 5 asking module 5 questions on live sessions when we are still in module 1 or module 2. So we take us on the same journey, but we give you guys the flexibility to learn anytime within the 2 weeks. And after that 2 weeks, then when it's time for live session, everybody know that we are all in module 1. We're talking about module 1. The instructor is explaining module 1. After module 1, we go to the next module, module 2. After that module 2, everybody is talking about module 2 on the live session. So that's how it's going to be. So when you join the course, you would only have access to the module 1. Right, that's what you would have access to, just the module 1. All the other modules will be locked, so you won't see the module 2, 3, 4 and the others. But after we're done with module 1, have a live session, take that exam, we go to the next module. The second module will be open for you, and you would see all the courses in the second module. So that's how it's going to be. Because it is self-paced, we wouldn't want to open everything for you all to have access to. So that's how it's going to be. All right, so like I said, the certification fee is just 20,000 naira. All right, it's just 20,000 naira. So by the end of before the end of today, you will get another mail on how to pay for that certification fee. Of course, you're paying to the university, all right, not a personal account, but to the university's account. All right, so you will pay to the University of Benin Consultancy Unit's account, and once you pay, you will send the verification a proof of payment to that particular mail that you receive, or to the mail. And once you do that, once you make that payment, we will be adding you up to the course that would actually house the other modules. Alright, but for now, just because we don't want you all to miss out, at least you can actually learn the course first module, and then you can start. Maybe once you're good, you are okay, you're going to pay, and before you're added to the other module. So you have about 2 weeks or maximum 3 weeks before you will say, okay, nobody have to make payment for the course again. At least you can pay an initial 10,000 naira. All right, so we are giving you the opportunity to also pay instrumental. All right, that instrumental, it means that if you're paying instrumental, this is it. If you're paying instrumental for the courses are 3 months, the university says that you're going to be paying 10,000 naira for these 3 months. That means you'll pay 10,000 for the first month, 10,000 for the second month, 10,000 for the third month. That will make it 30,000, right? So that is when you're paying instrumentally. But if you're paying one time, you're paying just 20,000 naira. So that's what the university says. So for those of you that want to pay instrumental, you have the opportunity to also do that. But this time around, instead of paying 20,000, you will be paying 30,000 naira at the end, right? So it's all about you guys, all right? So basically, these are the things that we want you all to be aware of. All right, and then probably I think this is all that I'm just going to share with us. And then if we have questions, then we can actually ask those questions, and of course we will respond to those questions. All right, so I think for now I'm good. I've taught everything I want you guys to know about the course, and we have 5 different courses. You can learn more than one if you want, but if learning more than one, it means that you are going to pay for these courses, their certification fee. So if you want to learn more than one of those courses, you are opportunity to do that. And lastly, I think I omitted that you would have access to the course for 1 year. Alright, so it's not like after you're done with the course, you no longer have access to the course. My network is lost. What happened to my network? Can you guys hear me now?
Yes, we
We
can
can
hear
hear
you.
you.
Okay,
Yes, we
so
can
my
hear
Yes, we
network
can
my
hear you.
network went off, right? So you all have access to the course for
Yes, we
one
can
year.
hear.
All right. So that means when you are added to the course on Monday, so from Monday you have access to that course for 1 year. Okay, so it means that after the course, even while you're working, you can also fall back to the course for guide or whichever thing that you feel you want to make use of it for. You can actually do that. Okay, so you will have access to the course for 1 year. I think that's all. So right now, it's time for questions. So like I said, it's going to be a brief. For supposed to be 45 minutes, but because of the time we started, we had to give 10 minutes of a buffer time for those of us that are joining in or maybe late due to one reason or the other. So we gave 10 minutes additional time. So before by 12 noon, we should be done with both the questions and answers. So right now, if you have questions, you can just raise your hand on the call and then I'll call you. So before I do that, let me just answer the ones that are there on the message box. So what are the payment procedures? What are the payment conditions? Is there instrumental payment and what? Okay, I think I've been able to answer that. Okay, should we pay first before we start the course on Monday? Yes, you're required to pay anytime. You are expected to pay before you join the course. Alright, you are expected to pay before you join the course. But for the fact that most of you are just getting these now, then you all can actually learn. But if you want to make payment, you can make your payments and you will be added to the second course. So like I said before, you will be added. You will create two different courses. One would be for the free one module, which is going to last for 2 weeks. Then the second would be the course that would house all the different modules. So once you make a part payment, you will be added to the main course. So that main course, that's what we would update to add up new ones. All right. So that's it. And then what about people that don't have laptop? It depends on the course you're actually learning, right? The course you can the platform is mobile responsive, so even if you don't have a laptop, you can still learn on the system. But the only time you would actually need a laptop is when you are doing your labs. It's not like you can't do your labs with your mobile phone, right? But ideally, professionally, you are actually learning to become a professional. So it is needed that you have a laptop for you to do your work faster, for you to do your work more efficiently. Alright, so you will actually need a laptop. Some of them are actually even an online system, so you must even be online to even work with some of them, right? Apart from the few like the Blender, the 3D animation that you don't need internet to work, and of course the even the that of the data analysis, you still need your internet to also work. And of course, so you actually need a laptop for the practicals, but you don't need a laptop for learning. Alright, so you can learn with your mobile device, but when it's time to do your practical, then you will actually need all of that. So the courses are actually okay. Let me see. How do one apply for papers? Okay, while we are learning, once the certification is out, like I said, we have a Slack channel. Now that Slack channel, every one of us will be added there. When we are added there, you could ask your questions. If you want to get the paper certificate, you can always reach out through the Slack channel or through the email or even the call, because of course I will drop my contact with you guys so you guys can also reach out to me, and anytime you can always ask questions, and of course I would respond to you whenever when it's necessary, or anytime you send me a message I will always respond to you. All right, so all of these things are things that is going to happen. All right, so last for paper certificates, you can get it, you can request for it via via the email or through the Slack channel that I will be created for you guys. All right, what is the data analysis course all about? Okay, of course, just like it says, the data analysis you enables you to apply to analyze data, but you're using the Python tool. So there are different types of data analysis. We have with Excel, we have with Tableau, you have with Power BI, you have so many types. But the best actually for now is that of the Python, which is what you will be learning. Alright, so that's the most used or most required for most of the top companies that you actually use. Will there be soft copy or PDF materials for the students? Actually, it's a video course. Alright, so you're going to be learning while you're learning you're actually applying what you're learning. It's a video course. Everything there, they are all videos. But some of the instructor will provide some learning materials for you guys to study where necessary. But just know that the course is a completely 100% video course. So it depends on the instructor to also they want to provide learning materials for you guys. Probably soft copy PDF, right? But it is probably it is totally 100% online, which is the videos. Okay, can someone who didn't make the initial apply? I didn't get that. Okay, I think Henry, you ask that question again. So I think okay, right now let's if you have a question let me get a question. Just you can just raise your hand now if your question has not been answered. Alright, you can just take your hands up and then you ask me your questions. Okay, I'm still getting some questions here. Okay, yeah, Tony, you can go ahead. Okay, great, Ken, you can go ahead, please. Unmute your mic and ask your question. Your mic is still on mute.
Hello,
Okay,
can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Okay, good morning. Thank you for this opportunity. Okay, I would be interested in like two of the courses, the cyber security and cloud computing. And you said that we'll be dealing with just the introductory part. So my question is, after this introductory part, do we have any program in UNIBEN, maybe not necessarily under the consultancy unit, where we can go more in depth in this course.
Okay. Okay, all right. Now, for that, like I said, there would be opportunities. Right, those opportunities are also going to be both from the university and of course other companies. Now, depending on the performance for you, and also depending on the university saying that okay, they need some few persons to join the university, for example, the cloud team in the ICT department for them to be able to check the servers and every of those things, right? Yeah, so if there's a need, the university will also bring you guys in, including for the cyber security and all of those cyber bullying or maybe cyber hacking and every
Okay,
of those things. Go ahead, please.
okay, sorry. I'm not really talking about maybe working in the school environment. I'm just talking about okay, um, more training, like
Okay,
those like you said, yes,
okay,
not
like
really
more
like
like an
working.
advanced course, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay, definitely, yeah, there will definitely be. All right. So for now, this is just the introduction, like I said. So the next phase of the courses for the let's say for the cloud computing would be you learning in depthly on a particular platform, a particular cloud platform. Maybe you want to dive into deeply into the let's say the AWS because the three different platforms you will be learning, which is the AWS, Google Cloud, and that of the Amazon, Microsoft Azure, they are actually very in depth. But although what you would be learning on this particular one is supposed to even help you make you start your journey, like you should even be able to work with any of them. Well, I only called it an introduction because there are different ways of becoming a cloud expert. There are different certifications that you would also maybe most of them also have their certificate exam that you can apply for before you become an expert. They have different grades, different let me say, different degrees of experts that you would be for each of these different platforms. So if you can also go online and check it out, although in the course you would also be exposed to these certificate types, and you will also learn about the how to even get some free units to even join those exams without paying also. So the course will also show you most of all of those things, and then on your own you can actually push out yourself to get in more knowledge. But one thing I know for sure is that the introductory part of the class computing teaches you in depthly also. So, but as time goes on, you will get also the course for Amazon Web Service, which is AWS. You also get another one for Microsoft Azure, and of course Google Cloud, to make you now put in your energy to learn maybe one or two of them independently. All right, so that will definitely come out in the future. All right, very soon to be out. I don't know if that answers your question now. Okay, maybe I think that answers. All right,
Yes,
Ken.
thanks. Yes, thanks.
All right, Ken, you can go ahead. You can go ahead, please. I don't think I can hear you. Your voice
Hello,
is.
Mr. Moderator.
I can hear you now.
Uh, all right. Thank you for your time. I really appreciate the time you took to explain this. Okay. I said thank you for everything. Thank you for your time.
You're welcome. I think put off your mic. It is
I want to
affecting your.
know
It's affecting
these
your.
courses. How long does each course last during teaching, as in duration, not the
Okay.
number of months?
Okay. All right. So for that,
Me.
yes, yes, yes. Put off your
Hello,
mic. Put off your
moderator.
camera, please.
Hello.
I can hear you.
Hello, moderator. Hello. Hello,
I think your mic, your network is bad. But let me just answer the
Mr.
question.
Moderator. Is it me?
Can you guys hear me?
I said each class a day. What's the duration?
All right. So, like I said, the you don't have a duration. All right. You don't have a duration for each of the class. The videos are
I
there.
dropped the.
The videos are there.
I can hear you, Mr. Moderator. Ken can hear you. I
Okay.
dropped the question on message, but did not attempt.
Can you guys hear me, please?
Yes,
Yes,
we
we can hear
can.
you. We
Yeah.
can hear you. You can go
So
on.
I guess
Ken, we
his
can hear
network
you.
is.
We're
Go
going
on.
to continue.
All right, no problem. So for
Yes, we are
the
hearing you.
courses, right? It's a
Hello?
self-paced course. We are not saying there's a duration.
Hello?
Probably, I think somebody dropped on on the message, like how long would they be?
Yes,
Must
I
they
can
be in
hear you.
attendance, right? So the courses don't need you to always be there in a particular day or in a particular time. All right, all the videos are already there for you. So if you can even learn everything in one day, you can actually do that. All right, you can actually learn the course, all of them in one day if you have the time. So we are giving you the opportunity to learn at your time. So there's no duration in terms of okay, this particular course, you're learning for this particular module, you're going to be spending maybe 5 hours, 10 hours in a day, or 2 hours in a day. No, the videos are there. You can go watch the video. You can rewatch the video anytime you want. You can go back to that video to watch. So we are giving you that opportunity to learn within your within your time. That's why we call it a self-paced. So if you are working in the morning, you can go ahead in the evening to learn. So the videos are there. Some of the videos we broke them down. All right. It's not like you're going to be watching one video for 5 hours or 10 hours. No, we broke them down based on topics, subtopics, and all of that, so that it's going to make you guys understand it better. So it is broken down into smaller bits, so you can be watching the video one after the other until you finish the complete module. All right, so that's how it's going to be. I don't know if that answers your question. Your network is a bit slow. So if you have question again, you can raise your hand. So, let me go back to the question. Okay, Emmanuel, you can please go ahead.
Okay. Good morning, everybody.
Okay,
I,
yeah,
Good
you,
morning, sir.
yeah, I believe what the other guy was trying to say was that probably he was talking about the end of, like you said, 2 weeks, every 2 weeks, that there will be a session where students can interface with their instructor. So
Yeah.
probably that was what I felt maybe he was saying, was that if it is that day now, for example, that they are now interfacing, how long will it take, that session will take? Because I know the other days we can watch the video and learn on our own. It's a self-paced course. So probably that was what he was trying to say. So you can please throw more light on that area. Thank you.
Okay, sir. Thanks a lot, sir. So for that, right? We are meeting every Saturday, like every 2 Saturdays for this for the live session. So it's not going to be a fixed time. So it's going to depend on both the instructor and you as a student. So the instructor will tell you, okay, we will be meeting maybe probably 11 a.m. on Saturday for the live session, but the maximum hours you will spend for that live session is just 2 hours. That is when you have lots of things to discuss. So sometimes it's going to be just an hour for that live session. What the instructors are actually doing is that they are actually just um, maybe going through the lives that the labs that they've done, because every of the labs is supposed to take you guys from the first stage to the last stage of that module. So they're supposed to be touching every part that they've taught. It's more like the practical that you need to know. So they will just go live, show you where you have issues or where you have some little challenge. You can actually ask questions when the instructor gets to that part. So it's just a few maximum 2 hours live meeting like this, or probably 1 hour live meeting like this, and then you just ask your question. So it's going to be fortnightly. That is every 2 Saturdays at the end of every module, which will end on a Friday. That Saturday at the end of that module, you have a live session. So you will get emails on the live session with the link of how to join this live session. Every of these things would actually be working alongside with the course. I don't know if that answers your question or if that satisfies the question. Okay, Mr. Usari, let me just okay, Mr. Please, if you please, just go ahead, ask your question.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, so thank you very much for this time.
You're welcome, sir.
My question is on data analysis. That's my question.
Okay.
So, I need to know I've been doing data analysis
Sorry,
before,
please, hold on,
but I've
please.
not been using
Are you making use of an earpiece? Are you with your earpiece?
yes.
Can you please take it off and ask the question?
okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you now. Go ahead.
Okay, so I'm saying that I've been doing data analysis before, but I've not been using programming. So I understand that Python is a programming language, and I've tried looking at programming, like some other form of programming before, and it didn't come easy for me. So I don't know how, whether without any prior knowledge or experience, so I'll be able to cope with data analysis using Python. Is it like, can a beginner really do well or understand in
Okay.
classes?
All right. Of course. We did teach the courses based on professional state. You can meet your mic now. So we didn't really teach the course based on we didn't teach it based on professional level. Like when I mean professional level, like you must have an experience in Python or in programming language before you would be able to take the course data analysis with Python. No, we actually made the course to be easily accessible. Like you can easily learn them on your own. But one thing for sure, I would really this is what I'm even going to tell most of you that are doing that data analysis or any of the course. All right. Now, when you are actually learning a particular course that you're just coming in for the first time, especially when you're not really even doing the practicals at first, you're just learning before you start going into the lab. At first, it may be difficult. Why it may be difficult is because you yourself have pictured your mind that you're actually analyzing the work. For those of you that might be doing product design and all of that, you might be thinking, I'm supposed to be doing this by now, I'm supposed to be doing this. So you picture your mind to that point, and you may miss out in terms of you being able to learn those things. It may be difficult at some point, but that's why the videos are there to guide you. All right, the course has been taught to a very simplified manner that would even help you as a beginner to Python. You're not actually going to be using Python coding. What you will only learn why we are calling this Python is because the code you will be using is a Python code. All right, you're not going to be going to Python, what do they call it, workspace, or no, you will be downloading the Anaconda Jupyter Lab. So that anaconda you will be downloading would have all this Python and all the circuit lab and everything. So in there you can run the code. So you will be exposed to the particular codes you would run for different types of a data analysis. There's one for cleaning of the data, there's one for visualization, there's one, different types. You know the particular code on how to clean the data, how to erase multiple data, the ones that have more than one data, how to just every of these different kind of data, you will have the code on how to go through them. So of course it's a Python code, but you're not going to be doing Python like the normal coding Python. No, you only know the particular tool or the particular code that you would use for data analysis. All right, so you will learn all of those things there. Those are the tools that you would only need as long as data analysis is concerned, right? That's the tools that you would need. So it's beginner friendly, and I'm sure you would be able to handle it if you take your time to learn it. I don't know if that answers your question. All right, thank you. Okay, so any other question before I go back to the message? Please, Mohammed, you can go ahead, please.
Uh, uh, Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Mr. Mohammed.
Uh, as from the introduction, sir, you have introduced six courses or five.
Yeah, 5 courses.
You- Yes, you talk about class computing, cybersecurity, data analysis, product design.
3D
So
animation.
my own question here is that I want to enroll on the data analysis. But the problem I have, first of all, I don't have a laptop. The second of it, I don't have a basic knowledge on the computer itself. So would it be possible for me to enroll on the course or any other course from among, because I have a certificate, certificate of cybersecurity, in the introduction to cybersecurity from Cisco Academy.
Okay.
So I may not need the cybersecurity, but I want data analysis. If it's possible for me to be enrolled, then I will go for data analysis. If not, then maybe I need a help from you to just to suggest one of the course that will be fit for me.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Mohammed. Now, it's an IT course. It's a tech course. All 5 of them actually needs you to have a device to learn. So you can use your mobile phone to learn, like I said earlier. But it's not just about learning. It's a practical. They are all practical courses. Even the that of the class computing is also a practical course because you will have to create an account, you have to work go into each of these service, you have to do so many things, you know how to run all of those there are different queries and everything. So it is very important that you have a laptop, and it is mostly important that you have basic computer knowledge. Like it is extremely important that you have basic computer knowledge. When I mean basic computer knowledge, you know how to use your keyboard, you know how to probably delete, how to use your shortcut keys and every of those things to make it simplified and easy for you. You need to know how to run a command, how to do all of those things, like very simple. Forget about of the word I'm saying, how to run a command, right? But you should be able to use your laptop to even type. If you're able to use your laptop to do some of those different Microsoft Office, if you're using your Apple laptop, you should be able to make use of it to do any of those things that you can do because Every of these tools you're learning are supported by both, if you're using both a Windows laptop or a MacBook laptop, right? It also supports all of those iOS platforms. Devices rather. So you need to have that knowledge, because if you don't have those basic knowledge, you might not be able to do work effectively on them. And lastly, there is a need for you to have a laptop. Like, it is for us, it is a prerequisite that you have a laptop, all right? Because you'll be doing practicals, and you can't do the practical effectively because the instructor taught these courses with a laptop. And if you are going to be working with these things, even if there are some applications that will work on the device for you to work on with, for you to work on these particular different courses or tools, there's a need that the laptop has more features while the mobile has very limited features. So while we are teaching you the most important and the most explicit tools, different things in the laptop view, which of course has more of the tools for you. If you're using your mobile, you can still do those things, but it will be on the vague parts, very limited, very small, and you may not be able to get the best of it. So I would advise that if you don't have a personal laptop, you could have somebody's laptop that you could make use of, maybe a friend, a relative, or something that you could actually make use of. That is when you want to learn this, any of them. So in terms of a choice, every of them are very important that you have a laptop. You already have a certificate in cybersecurity, so that is out of it. But for the others, yes, you need a laptop, and of course, majorly, you need a basic computer knowledge before you can even start working, doing the practicals of those courses. Don't know if that answers your question, Mr. Mohammed.
Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir. That means that there's a lot of work ahead of me, because as for now I don't have any financial capacity to buy a laptop, but I do have my Android phone. It is the Android phone that I use to learn all the courses that I am learning online. The example given by me on the learning of the cybersecurity.
Okay, it's
So,
fine.
so what do I do next if I don't own the laptop or I don't have the laptop? Doesn't mean that the courses that I supposed to learn here is declined pending on when I get the laptop? Or
No, it's not. If you actually enroll for the course, like I told you, right, you have access to the course for 1 year. Okay, so you can the you can can you please, okay, let me mute. Okay, so like I said, you have 1 year to access the course. So every of the modules will always be there for you. All right, you may not have what it takes to maybe get a laptop now, but you could actually get a laptop in the future, maybe before 1 year or within the time. But one thing for sure I know is that you can learn those courses with your device. You can learn them with your device. But most of these courses are actually practical courses. So while you're learning, you may want to also learn. You may also want to practice what you're learning. So that is where the laptop is important. That's where it comes in. So it means that while you're watching these videos, you want to also be practicalizing it yourself, because while you're practicalizing it, it's because you get even better. So that is the only time you actually need a laptop to work. But if it's for you to access the course, watch the videos, learn them, you can still enroll on the course and do that. That is if you want to actually do that, okay? So the system is not stopping you from using your mobile device to learn. But why I'm saying laptop is important is because you also need to practicalize what you're learning. And even when their live sessions are actually ongoing, you may not even know where you actually found, maybe where you even have limitation. So you may want somewhere that while you're practicing, you are seeing where you're having limitation, you can easily actually correct it. Probably when you're asking the instructor, is able to respond to you. So that's why we need a laptop. But if you feel that you can actually join the course, because this is actually one of the few opportunities that you may get, because maybe the next one the course may be available, but at a different price, because it's not every time that you are going to join the course for this amount. without paying tuition, right? So if you feel that okay, since I have access to this course for 1 year, I could actually just join any of the ones that are important for you, and then you just okay learn them. And when you have the opportunity to get a laptop, and I also suggested that you must not have a laptop. You could have a friend, you could have a relative that have a laptop. You just install the required tool that you need to install into that laptop and use it to practice. So you can practice it. You can just spend a weekend to practice, not necessarily the whole of the day. So you can just say, okay, every weekend I'll come to your house. I will just spend 2 or 3 hours to practice the lab. All right, and that's fine. It can still work for you. So whichever one is just it just depends on you planning yourself and get somebody's laptop if you feel this is important for you. But I know you will actually need a laptop to learn it very well. Okay, it's out of the call. Okay, Samuel, please you can
Okay,
continue.
sir. Now I get you. I understand now.
All right, you're welcome, sir.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Yes, Samuel, your hand is up. Before that, Ken, do you have something to say? Okay, Samuel.
Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good day. How you doing?
Fine. Thank you very much for the introduction.
Yeah, you're welcome, sir.
I am currently in school, but I really want to take this course. I want to go for the cloud course, but I don't know how busy how hectic is going to be. Like, will I be able to manage this one and my current studies? Because I'm actually in school, so I don't know if you can actually explain to me how the cloud course is going to be like, so I will know what I'll prepare for.
Okay, so I just figured that you came to this you joined this meeting late. I figured that out because I believe I've actually explained that. So the courses are self-paced. Now when I mean self-paced, right? I mean
Yes, I have.
okay. So I told you that the courses are self-paced. All the videos are there for you.
Hello?
Can you hear me, Mr. Samuel?
Yes, I can hear you very well.
Okay. So what I'm trying to tell you is that the course are self-paced. All the videos that you need to learn will be added for you for every module.
Hello?
Ken, please can you please mute your mic? So for the courses, it should be opened. You have different modules that will be opened. Now all the videos for that module will be added there. You can learn them anytime. So even if you want to spend your night to learn, it will not clash with your school activities if you plan your time very well. Okay. So the videos will be open for you for 2 weeks. So within those 2 weeks, the videos are not long, they are not lengthy that I will tell you that okay, this video will last for like 24 hours or 50 hours. No, the videos are broken down into different bits, so you can be learning them one after the other at your time. All right, so you just dedicate some weekend or some time to do your practicals if you actually want to do the practicals. For the cloud computing, it's very direct. All right, it's not there are no hiccups in it. It is very direct. So I believe you will be able to handle it. And based on the self-paced time learning, the videos are there. So whenever you feel like you are okay to learn, you learn. All right. You're not telling you must come by 4 a.m. or 4 p.m. to learn the course. No, it's your time. You choose when you will learn by yourself. All right. I hope that answers your question.
Yes, thank you very much.
Okay.
So once again, what about the class section, the video section that we talked about earlier?
The live sessions.
Yeah, yes, the live
Yeah,
section.
we've made all the live sessions are always in the weekend on Saturdays. All right. So we believe by Saturdays, nobody's going to school. People are working, not except you're working maybe during the weekends. But for those of you that are actually doing maybe that are actually working and then maybe Monday to Fridays you work, right? Please mute your mic. So maybe for those of you that actually can you please mute your mic, Samuel?
Okay, I'm tuned.
All right, so we made it during the weekend to enable those of you that are currently working both Monday through Fridays or Saturdays. You can have a time. So we also try to make it probably the morning hours, let's say from 10 a.m., some of them 11, depending on the instructor, so that you can actually learn maybe 1 hour or maybe 1 hour 30 minutes or 2 hours, maximum 2 hours for the live session, depending on the questions asked, depending on the gravity of what you guys are actually learning. All right, so it's just a time that will be favorable for everybody. All right, I hope that's fine to see you. Okay, Prudence, you can go ahead, please. Can you hear me, Prudence? Can you unmute your mic and ask a question? So I think we are good. Yeah,
Can
please
you hear
ask a
me?
question. Yes, I can hear you. Go ahead.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Yeah. I thank you for your time to start with. And what I want to ask is from what you just said that the link, let me use that language, to be available for like almost a year, 1 year, right? That's what you said.
Yes, you have access to the course
If,
for 1 year.
even if the course is supposed to be for like 3 months, if we follow appropriately, right?
Yes.
Okay. Now, is it possible if by the end of 3 months, say you conclude two of the courses and you now wish to go for another one, are there possibilities?
Yes, they are. There are possibilities for you to learn more. It's already available on the university's consultancy learning platform. All right, so anyone you want to join, you can actually join. We are not restricting you to what you can learn.
Okay, but the what's the maximum one can go at per time? Like,
I can't say for you. I can't say for anyone. Some person can learn one, some person can learn four.
oh, that
If
it's
you have
possible you
more
can
time,
learn more than one, two, three. As in, that's my question.
yes, it's
Okay, you are
possible.
not
It's possible to
restricted to any
learn.
number.
You are not.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. That's what I want to ask. Thank you very much, sir.
Okay. You're welcome. Okay, I think most of the questions that have been asked to the in this message box have been answered. So, are we to pay for certification for each course? I apply for 3 different courses. Yes, you are required to pay for certificate for each of the course. There are different courses, so the certification are for each of those courses. So if you're enrolling for more than one course, you have to pay for those different courses their certification. So, like I said, every one of you will have access to the first module for all of the courses if you apply for them. You will have access to all of the courses, right? The first module, even if you've not made your payment for the certificate exam, or for the certification rather. So, why for those of you that would make your payment, you're supposed to make your payment before you start the course, but because you got this information late, right, will allow you guys to learn while you're learning the first module. You can be making your payments. So before the end of today, you will get the email of how to make your payments. So you're paying to the university's consultancy unit to their account. Then once you do that, you will send a proof. The transfer you said, just send a screenshot to that same email, and then when we verify, you would be added to the new course, which is where that particular course will now be where we would upload the other modules. All right, so let me just go down to what everybody have asked here. I believe most of the questions there have been answered to. The videos are not downloadable. All right, the videos are not downloadable. You have to go onto the system and watch the videos online. All right, on the platform, on the learning platform. They are not downloadable, and they are not. You cannot share those videos. Okay. Can person who didn't apply, they're still applying now? Yes, you can apply. Even if you've not applied from you, as long as this first module is still concerned, anybody that wants to join the course, if you have friends that also want to still join the course, right? You can still tell them to join within this first module. But once we are done with the first module and we go to the next module, the anybody that will be joining or be applying would be joining the next batch, because there will be another batch that will be open for the month of October. So every 1 month we are going to be opening for new persons to new intakes. So, but one thing I don't know for sure is the probability of the next batch will be having the same payment, probably the same tuition fee, except the consultancy says that everything would be the same amount, no matter what, will be the same amount. So alright, so that's what it's going to be. So they are the consultancy heads, the director and the heads will be the one to decide, okay, let's make it this amount for the next batch. So whichever thing they say, then that's final. So what I'm just saying, just to make sure I make sure that everything here works smoothly for both the students and the instructor, and make sure everybody gets the value of what they are paying for. Alright, so I'm not going to be organizing and making arranging everything that everything works out fine. Alright, so that's how it's going to be after the 3 month period when courses are still available. Like, can I reapply for another course? Yes, of course, you can reapply. You can apply for as many courses. If you want to learn all the 5 courses, you are good to go. Alright. So I think we've been able to answer all the questions, and I don't think anybody have any question anymore. So I think right now, let's see. Does anybody have any unclear? Okay, Chidi, please go ahead.
Yeah, thank you very much, sir.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah, good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon.
Great. Though it seems you've already pointed out to that before, or why I lifted up my indicated, but I'd want the clarity. During the when I got the link, I actually applied for one particular program. So now just that particular program I applied for, I didn't apply for more than that. So the clarity I want to get is, can I as well opt in for more programs, even though I initially applied for one? Can I opt for other programs?
Yes, you can. Actually, you can.
That's all.
So you can go. You can just go back to the platform, to the apply dash UNIBEN consult, and apply. Choose the next
Okay.
course, and of course you will be added to that course. Or let me just. I will send you guys while we are sending you the email for. I will also add my number to that email, so that when you receive that email, at least you can chat me up on WhatsApp. Anything that you want to ask me, you can ask me on WhatsApp, and I will be able to respond. You can even call me, alright, but don't call me in the hours that is odd. So you can call me within the morning till evening. I would respond, right? So yeah, I would add up on the phone
Appreciation.
number. You chat me up directly. Alright, guys, I think we are good. So by the end of today, before the end of today, you will get a mail from us on how to make payments. Then by tomorrow or Monday morning before the course starts by 12 noon. Alright. So sorry about that. So I will give you guys my number. Let me just up my number here for you guys here. Then you can actually chat, preferably just chat me up. Okay. So that's my contact. So you can just save it and chat me up on WhatsApp. Alright, so I've dropped it on the message box here. You can just save it. So chat me up. Any question you have, anything you need, reach out to me. If the number on the flyer doesn't pick the call, just reach out to me. So let me be the first person you even reach out to for any issue you have on this whole short course from the University of Benin's consultancy units. Alright, just chat me up. I will be able to assist you anytime, any day. If you can chat me up at midnight, it's fine. But don't call me at midnight. But you can chat me up. Or if I don't respond immediately, whenever I see it, I would respond to you. Alright, so thanks everyone for your time. I appreciate you guys joining the meeting. This meeting was actually recorded. So while we are sending the video for the how to join the course, we would also add this orientation video, so that for those of them that did not join this meeting can also watch the video and to get everything that they need. Alright guys, take care everybody. Bye for now.
But